Hi folks, welcome back to Elemental Cartomancy, to Banter Card-slinging. I hope everybody's doing okay. How do we nosy at the chat whilst the countdown was happening? And I can see that my lovely Deanne is having a bit of a train wreck of a day. The only way that I know to make it better, Deanne, is to pull some cards for you. So let's do that. With your permission, of course. In fact, yeah, you better give me your permission since it's like on YouTube and stuff. I'm shuffling Triumphe Illustrated Pips. I don't know, I just looked around and thought, nah, I'll go for that. But yeah, hi everyone, it's nice to see you all. I'm sorry I wasn't on last week at all. I will tell you about that. I'll tell you about that in a minute, though. I'm going to pull some cards for the very lovely Deanne, who's having a bit of a train wreck of a day, and these cards had better explain it, make it all better, or just in some way offer advice. Thank you very much. I feel weird because I've not done a raffle shuffle, so let's do one of them. Okay, Deanne. Let's pop on my keyboard out the way. I've got the fill. I've got the Four of Wands. I've got the Seven of Cups. It feels like there's just a hell of a lot happening. And it's not even like, it's like the Four of Wands maybe indicates that it's just home stuff. It's just life stuff at home in the house with the kids. Are they running rings around you? Is that what's happening? I'm kind of getting the impression with the Seven of Cups and the Fool together that it just kind of feels like, you know, you're not sure what's going to happen next. You know, you're going to open the next door you open, you've no idea what's going to be behind it. You know, it could be anyone's guess, and it's just throwing you for a bit of a loop. I'm just noticing that the Fool appears to be having fire, shooting out of an unfortunate place. So I hope that you've not had a nasty curry or something bad to eat, Deanne. I hope it's not shooting out at you at all sides. The advice card is the Four of Wands, so that to me is like, just stay where you're comfortable, stay at home. You know, it's the first base, it's the stability of the Four. So just kind of stay in your safe space, stay in your comfort zone for now. There's sure to be something that will happen where you'll be required to come back out of your comfort zone. But for now, just stay where you're kind of just in your happy place. In that Seven of Cups, I kind of link that just to the general situation. But the Seven of Cups suggests that there's kind of a lot of different choices, and we're not really sure what to make of it, so there could be a bit of a perplexing choice coming up for you. And I mean, when the seven comes up, it's a bit, I sometimes liken it to, how when you're picking a film or picking something to watch on Netflix, you're just overwhelmed with choice, and you end up spending most of your time just browsing through. And I don't know about you, but I become a bit of a zombie. So I do. Like, I've become so overwhelmed that I'm just like, it just takes everything out of me. So if you do find yourself faced with making a difficult decision or something, just be aware that it might be one of those scenarios where there just isn't, there's no winning. And the best thing to do sometimes with Netflix is just let it choose, just hit that randomize button and let Netflix choose what you want to watch. So if that can apply to your situation, then maybe that's something you could do. Or, go with your heart. It is cups after all. So, go with what you feel and not necessarily what you think. Oh, looking for a daytime sitter for once or twice a week for Vela. Finally contacted someone today, but I'm nervous. This is just one aspect. I'm just drowning it. Hashtag it's fine. Ugh, I mean, I know you, and I know the kind of stuff that you've been through and that you can deal with. So like, I know for a fact that you can deal with it, but I know that it's not helpful saying that in the moment when you are overwhelmed. It's like it's not helpful for some we know it all to say, oh, you can deal with it. You've dealt with worse. But I genuinely do mean that. Like I know how strong a person you are. I've seen all the kind of stuff that you've been through, and I know you're going to be fine. Let's see. You said currently Vela is crying for Max. He just went upstairs for a second. She's so tired. I'm supposed to be working, etc., etc. Sounds like nothing, but I'm overwhelmed. Right, okay. I don't mind starting with you. Gives us something to start with. Hope that was helpful. Shall I go through and say hi to everyone? Do you know what? I'm really warm. I always get really warm when I'm doing lives, and I always thought that it was because I would sit with like the headset on, which is kind of why I changed over to this thing. But to be honest, it's not really. Still roasting. But hey, we'll see how we go on. I might need to open up the window. Let me go through and say hi. So I've got Deanne. I've got the lovely Simon from the Hermit's Cave. I've got Red Wing here. I've got Kristen Louise. Hi, Kristen. How are you? Jones Davy is here, changing my chat to live chat. And hello, everyone. Yeah, sometimes chat's weird like that, isn't it? Laura Bondrant. I don't think I've ever tried to say your last name before, Laura. Apologies for that. Bondurant. Probably been really daft. It's been a long week. Hi, Laura, anyway, was the point. Cheyenne's here. Hi, Cheyenne. How are you? Lovely to see you. Karina. Hi, Karina. How you doing? It's lovely to see you. And our lovely Sandra from Spirit of Avalon. Hiya. Cheyenne says, Deanne, sending you tons of happy energy. I'm sorry you're having a rough one. Kathy from Tortoiseshell Moon is here. Hey, Kathy. Oh, no, I thought that was us at the end, but no, not quite. Someone's saying Pamela. Pamela. There we go. Pamela Batchelor's here. Hi, Pamela. How are you doing? This is the hardest time in life, so be easy on yourself and take care of your essentials. I wish I was there to help. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, many a time I've thought that. Me and Jan chat quite a lot, and it would be so much nicer and so much easier if we were like a lot closer. So either I need to move to Michigan or Diane needs to move to Glasgow. Debbie from Aquarius Owls here. Debbie, I've been watching lots of so you know now that I watch painting videos as well as tarot videos on YouTube. I've been watching lots of paintings on owls, and every time it makes me think of you. I always think of you. So I've been thinking about you a lot this week just because I've been watching a lot of owl paintings this week. Let's see. Makes me chuckle that whenever I rock up, I'm Simon from the Hermit's Cave. Yeah. You sure are. Are you and Sandra away on holiday? You're finishing up tomorrow. It's just a time when things need to shift. I need to make it happen. Just kind of nerved up about it, says Diane. I So I've got a story to fill you in on. So the reason that I wasn't live last week is because on Thursday. So where to start with this? I was supposed to have a job interview on Thursday afternoon. I'll say right now, I didn't get the job. Just to get that out of the way. I found out this week. Anyway, we're over that. It's not a big deal. Anyway, I was supposed to have a job interview on Thursday afternoon, so I was working from home in the morning, and then driving. Well, actually, what should I tell you first? No, so I'll tell you this first, right? And let me see if I've still got the cards handy to show you, because I thought, well, I'll pull some cards. I've got my job interview this afternoon. This is on the Thursday morning. I'll pull some cards. I think they are still here. Oops. This is my Indie Light Sears. So there's that one. Sorry, I'm just reconstructing. Don't mind me. Yep, those are the exact cards that I got. Okay, that's good. So yeah, as you do, I thought I'll pull some cards, just to see how it's going to go, or just to give me some inspiration or something. As I say, this was Thursday morning, and these were the cards that I got. I got Justice, the Chariot, and the Wheel. Okay. And the question that I'd asked was, how's my job interview going to go? Justice, the Chariot, and the Wheel. As I say, I was working from home in the morning, and then I was driving to the office for the job interview, just because I couldn't get a space in the office. We need to book a desk in our office, and there's, you need to book in advance and stuff. It's a long story, but anyway, I couldn't get a space that day, so I worked from home most of the day, and then just went in for the job interview. I'm driving to work on the motorway at 70 miles per hour, and I get a tyre puncture. A tyre puncture on my car, and my video's just froze. I'm hoping you can still hear me. Let's see, deactivate and activate. Right, yeah. So yeah, I had to pull over onto the hard shoulder. I had to call out breakdown rescue. I had to email my work and say, I'm really sorry, but I'm stuck on the motorway. I can't change the wheel myself because, well, to be honest, I don't trust myself to change a wheel, to then drive at 70 miles an hour on the motorway. But also, you're not allowed to on the motorway because you're too close to the road. So I had to wait for breakdown rescue to come and do it for me. And I mean, thankfully, the interview got rescheduled for the next morning. And yeah, that was that. But I just couldn't believe it that these were the cards that I pulled. You've got the blade, the samurai sword, the chariot, and the fecking wheel. So that, yeah, there you go. Tarot's got some sense of humour. Wasn't quite what I was going for, but I suppose it did try and warn me. So yeah, that was so after that, all of that happened on Thursday. That was why I was like, "Geez, know what, guys, I'm not going to go live. It's just been a long ass day, and I'm just going to chill out." But yeah, we're feeling much more positive. Much more positive now. But that was just a wee insight into my week. Let's see. I'm just kind of trying to find where I was in the chat. I'm hoping these are going to take the piss out of me and make me laugh after my week. That's the thing about people from Glasgow. We taking the piss out of each other is how we express like affection. It's kind of almost like endearment in Glasgow. So you were talking about your holiday. I caught that. Right, Beth says, oh, hi Beth, by the way. Beth says, Deanne, move to Glasgow. Friends don't let friends move to the US right now. Oh, this is true. Kristen says, don't blame you. It sounds overwhelming. That's what I tell them. Beth, I'm absolutely stealing that. Friends don't let friends move to the US. Yeah, that's true. We have to stay and fight for what is ours here. Freedom is it? Yeah, no, that's true. Thank you, Cheyenne. Thank you very much. They are big cards. That yeah, I can see as well. Literally the chariot in the wheel. Yeah. It was like I was fine. I should have said that right at the start. I wasn't hurt. I was absolutely fine. There was no kind of a loss of control. It was the driver's side back wheel. So I still had complete control over the car, but it did make a big bang, and obviously, like as the as the air runs out of the tire, it gets louder and louder and louder. So yeah, I was like, oh gosh, like I'm actually going to have to stop on the motorway here. I suppose I'm just glad I was in a section of the motorway where there was a hard shoulder. Thanks, Cheyenne. So it was an interview where you work. Yeah. It was an interview for a different position in my work. Yeah, it was a shitty thing to happen, Sandra. But what can you do? I suppose I've just got to be grateful that I wasn't hurt, that no one else was hurt. That like everything, all's well that ends well type thing. Good to see those cards being used, says Jones. Yeah, I got I acquired this beautiful deck from Jones. I think I said that at the time, didn't I? I think that wasn't like a secret or anything. No, I'm worrying that it was, but I don't think it was. I seem to remember you saying that it wasn't. Well, just between us. Keep it between us, guys. Ironically, I interviewed someone on Monday who was 90 minutes late due to car trouble. I wasn't pleased, and now I feel bad, says Simon. Yeah, I let them know as soon as I actually, like, between us, I actually emailed my work before I phoned Breakdown Rescue. Because, priorities, No, I was that worried, you know what I mean, that they would be kind of so unimpressed, but there was literally nothing else I could do. So I hope that's not why I didn't get the job. Let's see. I did enjoy the Crime Watch style reconstruction of the tarot cards, though, Chris. I'm sorry that happened to you. Talk about accurate. Yeah, I wanted to show you before I actually told you what happened. It's so scary when something goes wrong with a car, and usually costly. Yeah, tell me about it. It's not too bad cost wise. It's not costing me as much as what I thought it was going to, which is good. Nancy from Paperman's Arrows here. Hiya, how you doing? It wasn't a secret. Honestly, glad they aren't in a shrine never to be used. No, definitely not. I do use them. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm never going to be like taking them out to the pub and using them with people or anything like that. Like they are very much like only used by me and when a riffle shuffle, they're like it's the most gentle riffle shuffle that you've ever seen in your life. But they are getting used. Does anyone have cards that they'd never use? Trying to think. I've probably got. I mean, yeah, and I do. I've got cards that I don't use very much, but I've never like kind of a. I don't have any cards where I'm like I'm specifically not using them because they're too good or something like that. Not like that. I definitely do. If I get a deck, whether it's something off Amazon or if it's like vintage or whatever, I will get it with the intention of using it. I don't know about you guys. Does anyone have any decks where you're like, no, that's just a collector's item. That I don't want anything happening to that. Oh, chocolate in my hand. That's me showing up for it was a skinny whip I had. It's called a skinny whip, salted caramel flavour. I think it's about 5 cents. But I had that before I came live. What's everyone drinking, by the way? I've actually got 2 drinks here. I've got myself a coffee, and it's caffeine. I'm being brave, but because the car's in getting fixed, so the car is still in getting fixed. I think he's fixing it tonight, and I'm going to collect it tomorrow. No, that's a lie. It's tomorrow night, and I'm collecting it on Saturday. Because that's happening, I can't do my usual food shop tomorrow morning. So, strictly speaking, I don't really need to be up as early as usual. So I'm fine to have caffeine just now. But yeah, so it's like caramel flavoured coffee, and I've put a spoonful of white hot chocolate powder. And it's delicious. And topped it up with oat milk. It's lovely. Simon says about 600 that I hardly ever use. Fair enough. Laura says, fun fact, a rice whale, very rare, was spotted in the Gulf of Mexico off of the coast of Galveston, Texas. I've never heard of a whale in the Gulf of Mexico. I wonder how it got there. Interesting. See, I always worry when I hear things like that. When you hear of animals turning up in strange places, it's usually like it means like, wherever their natural habitat is, they're being driven out of it, does it not? I suppose maybe the whale just felt like going on a wee holiday. Let's just tell ourselves that. But yeah, usually I get an odd feeling when I hear things like that. Kristen got the Madhouse Tarot but wouldn't use it. She'll it's a shrine. My tarot, the Napoleon, I won't use, says Kristen. Simon saying I can understand why. That's the Madhouse Tarot, yeah. Skinny whips are nice. They are, Sandra. My favourite's the salted caramel. I do enjoy the orange chocolate ones as well, though. They're nice. My husband really wanted me to get it, but I just find it too disturbing. I need to look it up. Deanne says, I don't have any specifically that I don't use for that reason, but I have a couple recently that I think I might sell, so I haven't put them in rotation in a while. It was gentle when using before. Okay. So Lumina, connected and free in Yoga Tarot. I've never sold a deck before. Have you not? I didn't know that, Diane. It was the aliens. Oh wait, never mind. It was the non-human biologics. Say what? What are we talking about? I feel as though I'm starting to I'm starting to miss the ball. Don't know what we mean. eBay has the Tarot de Napoleon as US $780, approximately £603.60. Wow. Kathy is drinking. So that's what I was asking what people are drinking. Kathy is drinking a hot Vimto. I find it oddly comforting, and I've got the Rona, so I need the comfort. Oh, I'm sorry to hear you've got Corona. I hope that it passes quickly, Kathy. Is this the first time you've had it, or have you had it before? It is believed that there are only 50 rice whales in existence, so definitely strange. Hi Robert, how you doing? It's nice to see you. For context, the US government had congressional hearings yesterday, and that's the hot topic. What, aliens? Aliens, aka non-human biologics. Fair enough. You know, if they find one, then, and if they're going to tell us about it, then I'll be interested. But anyway, was there anything else I was actually going to tell you about before we start our chat, our tarot analysis chat, or tarot on its head chat? I don't think so. Oh no, I do. I've got some news. I've got exciting news. Very exciting news. I should have led with this. So, you all know about my. I'm frozen again. Hang on. Sorry, I don't know why that keeps happening. You all know about my wee dog Luna, right? So I can't remember how much detail I went into and who I spoke to and who I told what and all that kind of stuff. So I'm just going to kind of start from the beginning, but try and summarize. So when we got Luna, she's a rescue, and she came from Spain, and it was she was just a pup. She was born in April 2022, right? And we got her last November. It was a stray dog that had a litter, and Luna was one of the litter. Now, when we got Luna through an agency that specialises in rescuing dogs in Spain, and when we were looking, Luna was one of two sisters. So it was Luna, and she had a sister, and we picked Luna essentially, and that was last year, and she's now been with us since November last year, so we've had her for a while. Fast forward to only really a few weeks back, me and Sandy were talking, and he was like, would you ever get another dog? And I was like, well, I don't really think so, but caveat to that, if Luna's sister hadn't been rescued, if she was somehow still free, then yeah, I would. And he was like, why don't we ask? Why don't we email them and just find out? So I was like, no, that's it. Fair enough. That sounds good. And he emailed her, and it turns out that Luna's sister hadn't been rescued yet. She was still with the rescue centre. So she is now coming over to join our little family. And initially it was supposed to be September, but it's now going to be next week. So she starts her journey over on Wednesday, and she'll be with us on Friday. So I'm so excited about it. It's exciting anyway, getting a new dog, but I'm excited for Luna because it's her actual sister. Like, I've got videos of the two of them together that we were sent before we got Luna. And yeah, I'm just excited to see what they're going to be like together, and will they remember each other, and are they going to be excited, and it's just going to be really nice and wholesome. So we will no doubt be, taking that, like, videos and stuff. I'll try and get a video of them when they first, the reunion, as it were. So yeah, that's the plan. We're going to call her Sola. So Sola and Luna. The sun and the moon. And it's actually perfect because, I mean, you've all seen Luna. She's black with like a wee white chest. So it is very moon-like. Sola, on the other hand, is kind of a white with like kind of a brown orangey colouring through her spots. So she's got the right colouring for it as well. So yeah, that's my exciting news. Our family of 3 or 5, if you count the snakes, is going to become a family of 6 next week. And then I'm off the week after that to get them settled in. Simon says you're not freezing for us. I fixed it pretty quickly, Simon. But my picture did freeze. It definitely did, because it froze on both my screens, like on my OBS screen as well. But I quickly restarted it, so it's fine now. Let's see. Sandra says my brother got a rescue dog from Romania. Oh, that's sweet. Yeah, 2 dogs will be great. It's the first time I've had it, Chris. It's the first time you've had coronavirus, right? Okay, it's not so bad, but I'm getting on my own nerves. The cat is giving me the side eye every time I cough. Oh, that's a shame. No sympathy there then. Beth loving it. Yeah, everyone seems quite, yeah, thanks guys. Deanne's teary for real. Yeah, gosh, I'm going to have to try and not be teary when they see each other again. It's going to be so sweet. Because like I've got pictures of them like when they were in the place together, and they just love each other to bit. They did then, like they were always together, lying on top of each other and following each other about. It's really sweet. So yeah. It means double the trouble for us, mind you. Luna's going to have a partner in crime now, so I know that it's going to be hard work, but that's fine. I'm looking forward to it. I can't handle it. They'll definitely remember each other, says Beth. Yeah, I hope so, Beth. I hope so. It'll be nice if they do. So it'll be about, because I know that Luna went to, they weren't, there might have been a month or so where Luna and Sola weren't in the same place before we got Luna. I think Luna might have been put into like a house or something like that, separate from the other. I'm calling her Sola because that's obviously what we're calling her, but her name before is Riva. So if I say Riva, I'm talking about Sola. But yeah, they were kind of separated a bit before, so it might be around about a year from they've seen each other, or maybe just under a year. And they're only about 18 months, so it's a big chunk of their lives, but still, I'm excited to see what they're going to be like. Yeah, hi, sorry Regina, I did see your comment. I meant to say hi, hello, How are you? It's lovely to see you. Working as usual. It's heartwarming. Tell us what they look like. I mean, I could probably, hang on, let me see, I could orchestrate this and get you a picture. If you just bear with me. Not now, we don't want to update now, that can happen later. Let's see. Right. Sorry guys, bear with me. I'm just getting... So I've got loads of pictures of Luna and stuff. Right, this is my little Luna. So I'm just waiting for this to share. So this is Luna. So you can see like her black and white colouring. And then if you bear with me, so you are seeing two versions of me now, sorry. This is just whilst I find a decent picture of Sola. Right. This is actually Sola here. So this is Sola that you're seeing just now. Apparently she loves to do this, where she digs water out of tubs. And I didn't realise this, but apparently Luna likes to as well, because when we were visiting my husband's folks, they took Luna next door to play with, they've got a dog, can't remember her name. But yeah, they took her next door to play with the dog, and they've got a paddling pool out back for their kid. And apparently Luna did that. She was like digging the water out of the paddling pool. So I'll say to Sandy, we need to get them like a big tub that we can fill up with water for them, just to kind of play and stuff. Right, this is weird because you can see two of me. I can stop presenting now. Right, stop share. There we go. But yeah, that's the two of them. I could probably have tried to find like a video of the both of them together when they were wee, but you no doubt you'll see them both after we get Solar. Simon says you're going to have two adorable doggies. Yeah, I know. Let's see. Please tell me she's called Sol. Sol felt more like a boy's name, to be honest. That was why we went with Sola. But it's funny, yeah. One of my best friends said, "Oh, you should call her either." Sol. Before I'd told him what we were going to call her, he says you could call her Sola, Sol, or Stella. Yeah, so Sola, Sola. I'm wondering if she'll understand your accent. So I'm sure she'll be fine. The place where she is right now, I'm pretty sure that they're English. They're not Spanish. The home that she's in just now, the girl's English, so she might have a hard time with the accent, but hopefully not the language. I won't need to speak Spanish to her or anything. I always thought if I had another little girl, I'd name her Soledad and call her Sole. Oh, that's nice, Beth. Tony says, I have a bunch of decks in different colorways for collection purposes that I won't use. TDLs and beasts. Fair enough. Hi Magdalena, how you doing? Let's see. Marjorie and Maximus Prime are both Spanish rescues. Oh. There's still a good chance they'll remember each other. My dog met people as a puppy that he recognised several years later. Yeah, because they're biologically related, I think that they do have a way of kind of identifying each other. So yeah, it's going to be sweet. I believe they'll recognise each other's scent. Yeah, exactly. Animals remember people and other animals. The familiar smell alone will trigger the memory. Yeah. Oh, that must have been when I was sharing videos. Yeah, do you know Pamela? She's got a beautiful coat, so she has. Luna has got, like, everyone says that she's got such a lovely coat. It's dead shiny, and like we kind of we get in special food for her. Well, not special food, but we kind of order her food online, and it's made up like especially for her. So I don't know if that's maybe why. And like, she's a really good girl when it comes to her dentist sticks and things like that. Like, she loves her dentist stick. Like, she gets a dentist stick every night. It's obviously it's to clean her teeth, but that's her treat at night. Um, it's funny because you like put it in your pocket, and she'll like Luna does this thing like if you say a word that she's familiar with, or if she's in trouble, like if you go, "Do you need a timeout?" or like just she does this thing where she does wee head tilts where it's like, so you go, "Do you need a timeout?" and she'll go, just something that she does. I'll be interested to see if Sola does the same thing. But why was I talking about that? I was talking about her coat, her food, her dentist sticks. Oh yeah. So yeah, I don't know why I got into the head tilt thing, but you put our dent. I come up with a dentist stick in my pocket, and quite often a wee snout will be in my pocket, like fishing out our dentist stick. But yeah, she's always had a beautiful coat, so she has. Except when she was in season, actually, it got a wee bit like it shed a lot, so it did. And when she was nervous, like see when we take her to the vet, when she kind of gets anxious, it's almost like dandruffy, but it like disappears the minute we leave the vet. It's the weirdest thing. But other than that, my neighbour has a similar very fat runner with sleek black coat named Nola. Oh, they're both so sweet. Yeah, they are. Um, my neighbour has a similar black, shiny coated pup. Very, very fast. Yeah. Yeah, the Luna is really fast. So she is. Like, we've got like one of those retractable leads for her when she's out her walk, and it's like 8 meters, so she gets a proper good. I take her to the graveyard. Like, obviously, I don't extend it when we're near roads and all that, just in case anyone's worried that I'm irresponsible like that. But like she gets to kind of she runs about like the graveyard and stuff, and has a good old time, and she like sprints from place to place. She loves that. But it's really like she's got a wee trot on her, like a wee, I don't know, a wee kind of a, don't know how to describe it, but it's like she's dead proud of herself. So it is. I have literally been talking about my dog for the last, I don't know, 20 minutes. We've not even started talking about what were, the main subject. So apologies, but there you go. It's the dogs. That is special food. Not fat, but fast, right? Okay. Partial to black and white dogs, says Debbie. Yeah, me too. And I can see that Jones says dog chat is cute chat. That is, sure it is. Right, it is like pitch black here now, so the only reason you can still see me is because my screens are like shining light on me. So I'm gonna turn on this lamp if I can. Oh no, that's not. Sorry, folks. There we go. So there's a lamp, so I can at least see. Right, let's chat about our tarot analysis then. So this week we are discussing humor. Humor as in laughs, humor as in it's the, to me it's such a human thing. They've been able to automate lots and lots of different stuff. They can get robots and AI to do almost anything. But one thing that they continually struggle with is humor, is jokes. Getting robots to tell jokes, it just something seems to go wrong. So it's a very kind of a uniquely human thing, I think. Definitely part of the human experience. Humor can do so much. It can make people feel like they're on top of the world. It can drag people down. It can make people feel like shit. Yeah, I think it's such, and I think maybe half of the time we don't even think about it, but it's such an integral thing in being human. And for that reason, by that logic, we must be able to find it in the tarot deck. Like, for example, if I am pulling a spread, right, why did this thing happen? Why did I feel like shit today? What was it that, what was the root cause of that? The root cause could be humor. It might have been that someone else, laughed at my expense. What else? If I'm looking for advice, if I'm like, right, I'm feeling really shit today, what advice can the cards offer me? The advice might be, watch a comedy, or, you kind of need to look at the lighter side of things. So if that is if that's what we're looking for, what kind of a cards do you guys associate with the topic of humor? Something being funny, or just with looking at the lighter side of things. What cards do we think symbolise that? I'm interested. I think it's quite a difficult one. I'll be honest. I'm not really sure if I can really truly answer it. Maybe the Fool a wee bit, just by virtue of the fact that it is the Fool. It's the kind of the giving zero shits card. They're just kind of a letting go and going for it card. So by that, but that way I think, and then, we should be able to see some humour in the Fool card. But what do you guys think? Have you got any different ideas? Okay. Oh, hi Heather, how you doing? Want to sneeze? Excuse me. Simon says tilting their heads helps them pinpoint where noises are coming from more quickly. It also helps them to hear and interpret the tone of our voices and pick out familiar words such as walkies. Yeah. Yeah, it's really cute when she does it because she's got like wee floppy ears, so she has. In fact, see when she's really like, running really fast and stuff, and she's getting all excited, sometimes one of her ears like it kind of a lip flops up and flops over, and her ears just exposed, and you've got to call her over to fix it for her. It's cute. Um, you went down a rabbit hole. Did you Google it? I genuinely think the seasons, or the time is shifted, and our calendar is out of sync. It is never this dark normally at this time. Yeah, it's funny you say that. Yesterday, well, to be fair, I think it was closer to 9 o'clock yesterday, but yesterday about 9 o'clock, I was looking outside and it was like light. It was still completely light outside. AI can go so wrong if not used properly, says Heather. Yep, agreed. Tony, I wondered about when someone said the other day how dark it was getting. Yeah, I wondered about it. The answer is the Fool, the Three of Cups, the Six of Wands. Okay. Tell me about the Six of Wands. I get the Fool and I get the Three of Cups because it's the kind of a coming together and being happy card, isn't it? So there's got to be some jokes and shits and giggles in there somewhere. But tell me about the Six of Wands. You said, yeah. Tell me about the Six of Wands. How is that a humour card? I suppose, for me, sixes are an exchange, they're a balance, they're a harmony, there's a give and there's a take. So with humour, it does tend to be a kind of balance, there does tend to be some kind of exchange, you know. Generally, if you find something funny, there's something that's caused that reaction in you. So maybe from that point of view, I can see why it would generally be a six, but I'm interested in why you see the Six of Wands that way. Jones says the Rider Waite's mathematician is posing in staying alive style. Yeah, that's true. The smug John Travolta on the Nine of Cups, says Debbie. Yeah, definitely. All these things that do kind of make us chuckle. Are there just any specific cards from specific decks that every time you see it, it just makes you chuckle? Does anyone have any cards like that? Sarcastic answers, for example, asked how to improve relationship and got Two of Cups. Right, okay. This more than the other prompts you've given really depends on the deck. No card and the Lonely Dreamer is humorous. Every card in Curious Creatures is, yeah. Okay, fair enough. So what if I was to say to you, like, it, rather than thinking about a specific deck and a specific card image that makes you laugh, I'm all for that discussion, but just like to get your take on it, Beth, just thinking about the interpretations, and if maybe you just interpret every deck differently as in how they hit you, which is fair enough. For me, I've got a kind of a rough idea of what all of the cards mean to me, like regardless of the deck, and I'll kind of be guided by each deck. Obviously, I think you've got to be, um, but I've got a rough idea in my head of what like the Five of Cups means and what the Fool means and what the Devil means, what the Tower means, that kind of a thing. So the point of view I'm coming from is if I'm using my own kind of a code in my head, if that's meant to represent the entire human experience, then there should be something in there for things like jealousy, things like, narcissism, things like humor. These things that are part of being human, that are part of the human experience. We should be able to find all of these and that. So let me know what you think. Rider-Waite-Smith, 2 of coins. They're juggling. Yep. Rider-Waite-Smith, Ace of Wands with that top of the wand. Oh, my picture. It's so annoying. I must be like knocking the. There must be something happening with the cable or something. The Ace of Wands with the top of the wand. Now I'm curious. What's happening with the top of the wand and the Ace of Wands and the Rider-Waite-Smith? Where is my Ace of Wands? I mean, this deck's kind of in order, but it's kind of not at the same time. Oh, there we go. Mr. Davy. Are you laughing at this card? Because it looks like a PP. Is that what the funny thing is? Or is it something completely different? He says yes. Yes, I am. Fair enough. Right, okay. Fair. That's a good answer. There is a card in a particular card in a particular deck. Oh my god, my image is frozen again. This is really starting to irritate me. I think it's because I'm banging the table and now I can't find my mouse. Right. I think it's when I'm banging the table too much, it seems to knock something out of place. Yeah, there's an image that I don't really want to tell you what it is because I don't want to. It is a deck that I love, and I don't want to be disrespectful to that deck. But there is an image that is seriously just a massive cock, and yeah, once you see it, you can't unsee it, and that's another reason why I'm not going into the detail of the specific deck. But it was live on YouTube that I discovered it a good few years ago. The Six of Wands could be like some idiotic frat boy party. Right, okay. Okay, I've got you. The deck is expressing my dry humour when it does this to me, Deanne. Oh, speaking of knob jokes, the Page of Wands is going to start a fire through friction. Right. Okay. Is that any Page of Wands, or is that specifically the Smith-Waite one? Does anyone else think the Page of Wands and the Smith-Waite looks like really old? Not really old, but it looks much older than what you would expect a page to be represented as, which is fine. But when you consider the context, consider the other pages, there's something that seems almost out of place for him, or with him. Lady Capira is here. Hi there. How you doing? Lots of Triomphe de la Luna cards make me smile, says Jones. Yep, same. Many cards in the Serpent and Peacock are humorous, says Beth. Three of Cups and Triumph de la Luna illustrated with hot air shooting. Yeah, I'll look for it. But the Fool had the fire as well, didn't it? You know, the Vindaloo card, shall we call it? But what did you say? The Three of Cups. Yeah, correct. Okay, good. So we'll have a title. Page of Cups, Nine of Cups, Wands. Hermit's one. Oh, there we go. Three of Cups. Oh gosh. Oh my. I mean, is this person trying to be helpful by pulling the person's skirt up, or are they just exposing their friend to? Are they exposing their friend in an unhelpful way, or are they like? Do they have an appreciation for the fact that this is going on? And are they like, let me hold, kind of like holding your hair back when you're being sick? She's holding her skirt up because she's farting fire, you know? Um, Chariot, opposing forces, thoughts, thinking you're going one path and then making a shift to another. Says Patchwork Tarot Jennifer. Welcome, by the way. I don't think I've met you before, Jennifer. The devil card can be humorously depicted too, says Beth, although the devil in the Light Seers just annoys me. Get over yourself. I don't think the devil is ever going to get over himself, though. I think that's the point in the devil. Heather says the Robin Hood chariot, the driver reminds me of a 70s style Buttricks pattern cover. Nice. That's not a deck that I've got, and I'm not overly familiar with it. I know that Gerald from Tarot Stash absolutely loves the Robin Hood. But yeah, it's not one that I know that well. The Death card in Dark Mansion makes me smile. Definitely gives Discworld vibes, says Debbie. It's supposed to be intentionally phallic, if I learned correctly. What is the Ace of Wands, Heather? That might be my least favourite Lightseers card, says Jennifer, the Devil. For the curious, the Lightseers Devil is here. I quite like the Lightseers Devil. Simon says Shimmering Veil question marks. Is that in response to something I said, Simon, or something that someone else said? Not sure. The Devil in Lightseers is fuckboy energy. I see. I've always thought more of that from the. Sorry, that's my ring doorbell. I should put this on silent, shouldn't I? There we go. I've always thought more of that from the Knight of Cups and the Lightseers. He's always had more of that kind of a fuckboy energy for me. I find the question leads to the answer. The sarcasm of the cards that it produces are where I find humour rather than specific cards. Right? Okay, fair enough. That's a good point. Yeah, I guess so. Like for example, like that reading that I got that I was talking about, with the car tire. That kind of once I'd got over the situation, that made me laugh. So it did. So yeah, I get exactly what you mean. Simon says, oops. Are you straddled between chats, Simon? Is that what's going on? Is that meant for someone else or something? My relationship with lightseers is a troubled one, says Beth. Oh, don't let me hear that. I love the lightseers. Oh, you're asking about the one that I use. Right, okay. You're saying Shimmer and Veil. You're saying Tarot of the. Right, okay. And someone else said something else. Are you guessing about what I was talking about before? About the card that's really phallic? Is that what it is? The Hermit could be an INTJ personality type on the MBTI scale. Tom Ellis played a hot devil in Lucifer. He sure did. And he was really good at it as well. Tony says, I think it's the Three of Cups. Jones says, that's a bit much for YouTube. The reverse perspective deck, big wand. What did I come back to? I don't know, Robert. I'm kind of lost as well, if I'm totally honest with you. Why are you saying, oh my God, Chris? Oh, the fart and fire, right? See, this is the problem with being so behind in the chat. You don't know what's... You don't know... It's, you know, I'm behind. I need to remember what I was talking about 5 minutes ago. I'm sorry, guys. Honestly, terrible. Right, we're talking about the fart and fire. That's fine. They're exposing the hot air, being chatted from the rear. Yeah. The miracle of the cards. Yep. Fart and fire. Yeah. The three of cups. And that's what you were talking about, Jones, about being too much for for YouTube. Okay, Gerald surprised me with the Robin Wood deck and book for my birthday. Oh, that's really sweet. That's really nice. That sounds just like that's just like Gerald to do that. That's really sweet. Yeah, that's it. That's what you're. Yeah. Am I just being a knob end by not telling you now? So Debbie was right. It's Tarot of the Abyss, and it's not the it's. I don't know if Debbie said a different card from what it is. It's the Ace of Cups. Let's see if I can find it. And there it is. Look at the water coming out of the cup. Look, it's like so blatantly a massive dick, but I really don't know if that was the intention. Like it genuinely looks like something like you would draw in your friend's jotter when you're at school. Do you know what I mean? You've got that, and then you've got this coming out as well. Do you know what I mean? It looks like something you would draw to bam someone up. But I really, I'm not. I don't know if it was intentional. Let's have a look at the book, actually. I mean, I really don't think. I'm thinking of the Ace of Cups and... No, surely not. Cups. 4, 3, Ace. The Suit of Cups deals with emotions and matters of the heart. The Ace of Cups is about the initial burst of emotions. When the relationship is fresh and new, In drawing this card, I wanted to capture the idea of that emotional rush, its wild and untamed nature. The waters of the soul explode forth from the woman's solar plexus, the core of emotions in the body. They wing their way towards the goblet held in her outstretched hand, but they could easily miss their mark. This energy is still young and new. It is primitive and unpredictable. Who knows where it could lead, or if it will flow for reward or ruin. And then we go into the interpretation. So I don't really think it's intentional. But yeah, that's it. I wasn't really sure if I wanted to tell you what it was because I don't know. I just feel a wee bit as though I'm being a bit disrespectful, but at the same time, there's a massive dick on the card. But also, I don't like to kind of because now anytime you look at it, you'll see it. So I suppose I should have said before, like, if you don't want to see this, then turn away now. Oh, hey, Robin. Oh, you've been napping. We have talked about a bunch of stuff, to be honest. You need to watch back. We've talked about dog stuff. We've talked about job stuff. We've talked about car stuff. We've talked about card stuff in relation to all of that. Lots and lots of different things. But yeah, as Beth says, hey, Robin, PP talk surrounding the Ace of Wands and lots of puppy talk. I do that on Teams at work sometimes. Oops, wrong chat, delete. Yeah, same. We talked about it, but yeah, is that the Ten of Wands in the Shimmering Veil? That's right, that's got a rather penile image on it as well, hasn't it? I have the Tarot de la Nuit. It's gothic imagery using fairy tale characters, including the Black Swan. Models for the deck look like actors and singers. Some of the images are a bit dark, says Heather. I can't say gushing, but it's gushing. Surely it's deliberate. So you would have thought so, wouldn't you? But I mean, how could it be? It's the Ace of Cups, and it's not really mentioned in the. Oh, hey, Luna. It's not really mentioned in the thing, in the book. So I don't know if it is. It says, I can't imagine Anna drawing that. I need to get some sleep, but I want to know what the book says before I sign out. Show the Shimmering Veil card, right? Okay. Let's find it. They might actually still be in some kind of order from when we did our throwback on it. There's the Shimmering Veil card. Can I try to hold it in the light? In fact, I'll turn on the phone light. Yeah, so that's what I'm talking about. That's what me and Simon are talking about. It kind of looks like he's enjoying himself, shall we say? I love how we started talking about humour, and it's just a game of the Spot the Penis Tarot Edition. Let's see. Unintentional or intentional inclusion. My fault, as I found the Ace of Wands funny. And we've gone astray. That's true. You started this, Jones. You did. Robin Hood was my first deck. 9 of Cups is humorous and it's gluttony, says Laura. That's right. So we are talking about humour in the tarot. Have you got the Tarot des Ozarks? I don't. No, it's not a deck that I've got. Sorry, I meant to tag Robin. Tarot des Ozarks has a deck painting at the face of the Fool. Oh my. What can I say? I'm a good wingman, Simon. It's a saucy day in Chris's world. I know. It really didn't start out that way. Excuse me. What time are we on? We're on 10:15. I know I had Triumphe out, but I'm actually feeling like a change. I'm going to change over and read with Practical Magic and a Witch Tarot. Done a walkthrough of this, but I don't think I've actually used it live yet. So we can still chat, still keep the chat coming, but it's just if anyone's here for a reading, then pop your question in the chat and we shall answer, or the card shall answer. I should tidy up my desk actually whilst we're here. Has anyone seen so UK people I'm talking to here because it's a UK quiz show, but it's called the 1% Club. It is absolutely fantastic. It is on ITVX if you have it, the app. It's Lee Mack, he hosts it, and it's a quiz show, but it's not like general knowledge type quiz questions. It's more like brain game type questions, and it basically goes down the percent. So you starts off with a question that 90% of the public got right, or they ask a sample of the public. 90% of the public got it right, and then I think like 80, 70, and it goes down. And if you can answer the 1% question, then you win up to £100,000. But it's really good because it's like, I don't know, I usually do okay at it, so I do, but it's brilliant watching. There's 2 seasons of it, and I've really been enjoying it. So it's called the 1% Club, Beth. Here we go, I've stuck it in the chat. So definitely check it out if you're into that kind of thing. Most Marseille decks have a giant phallus lead across the throat of the Papes. Oh, don't know if I've ever noticed that before. Oh, the clip for the cloak. Okay, so Heather's asked the question, says, going through a rough time, may I have a card? Sure. Okay, so a card for Heather, who is going through a rough time at the moment. You've got the Hanged One, Heather. I mean, the Hanged One, I was hoping that they were going to give some advice. The Hanged One more just kind of speaks, I think, to your situation. The Hanged One is a rough time. The Hanged One kind of speaks about, or it speaks to when we kind of when we go through stuff, in order to gain insight, in order to better ourselves. It's those hard times that we go through that are difficult, but they're necessary for us to move on and for us to develop, develop as people, as individuals. Um, Quite often that you're seeing things from a different perspective. But I always think, the story of Odin, where what he put himself through, he hung himself upside down from that tree for, I think it was a day. And obviously there was a lot of suffering in that. He lost an eye, sacrificed an eye to the underworld so that he could kind of see things from both sides. But he gained insight, he discovered the runes. So there was method to it. There was a positive that came out of the end of it, but I would imagine that whilst he was hanging on, hanging from upside down from that tree, it bloody well wouldn't have felt like that. And I think maybe you're just kind of in that phase right now, Heather, where you're still hanging from the tree, you're still hanging upside down from the tree, waiting for that insight, waiting for that kind of that aha moment. I think the hanged one is just saying you, as annoying as it is, you're where you need to be right now. That moment is going to come. And when it does, but the Hangman is a major card, a major arcanum. So we're talking big life stuff here. So this is going to be kind of a pivotal for you. This is going to be big stuff. By no means is it a guarantee that all the hard times are over. Like, think about the cards that come after the Hanged One, So, there's still stuff to go through. There's still kind of a developing to do. But this is just saying, like to me, this is like, I know that things are difficult right now, but it's just a thing that you need to go through right now. And that there is there is something that's going to come about from it afterwards. It may well just be that you're not going to understand why you're going through this until afterwards. You know, things aren't going to make sense until everything comes together, and it's difficult because you're almost having to keep the faith. I'm looking at the flowers and I'm wondering what they are. So I'm not very good with my knowledge of things like that. Let's have a wee look at the book and see what it says. I'm actually not usually a big fan of when they use bats for the Hanged One, because bats to me are meant to be up. They're usually upside down. That's where they're comfortable. And for me, the whole point of the Hanged One is, putting yourself outside your comfort zone. Okay, so this is Moonflower. Moonflower is used in magic for dream work and divination. This night blooming flower is also known to enhance psychic abilities and is also known as morning glory. The bat is a symbol of acceptance and new perspective. Resting and rejuvenating by hanging upside down, we can learn a lot by working with and honouring this nocturnal creature. So there we go. Moonflower is the flower that we're seeing at the bottom there. Okay, Heather, I hope that was helpful for you. I'm sorry you're going through a rough time, but hopefully this is kind of a indicative that it's going to come to an end soon, and that it doesn't make it easy just now, but it will at least hopefully make sense at some point. Okay. It's been a lot all at once, just emotionally drained. Yeah, that's maybe kind of a why the Moonflower's coming into it. The moon, it's an emotional thing, And from what it says there about Moonflower, it seems to be kind of in that vein, where it's talking about that more emotional side. Totally understand. Thank you. I'm literally hanging in there. Right, okay. Yeah, a bat isn't really gaining a new perspective by hanging upside down. They do that routinely. Yeah, that's my point, Robin. I think the Wild Unknown does it as well. It's got a bat in the Hanged One, and I don't know. It doesn't bother me. It wouldn't stop me from buying a deck, but it's just something that always kind of comes to my mind. Like, Okay, Janine. So Janine says, quite devastated about something at the moment, and don't feel things will be the same. Advice, please. Okay, I'm really sorry to hear you're going through something. I don't. It's natural when someone tells you something like that to come out with like platitudes, to come out with, oh, things are going to be okay and just fight through it. And I do want to say those things because I do genuinely believe them. I think that, we're all the sum of everything that we've been through, all of our experiences today, and we've all survived everything that's happened to us so far. We've all come out of all of the kind of difficulties, all of the tough times. Every single one of us. So I've got no doubt that this is just another challenge that life has thrown at you that you will conquer. So I do genuinely mean it when I say that. I'm sorry you're going through that, and I know that you'll kind of come through it. Let's see what the cards have got to say. Okay. So we've got the Empress coming up as the situation. So the Empress can mean a whole host of different things, I guess. But the thing that jumps out at me right away is the Empress as a mother. Okay. So that was the first thing that struck me when I laid this card down. Was I thought of like mother. You don't need to tell us, give us context or anything like that. But if what you're going through right now, if the difficulty that you're kind of you're going through is in relation to either your own mother or if you're a parent, if it's in relation to your own kids, then that's maybe what that's indicating. Also, the Empress is she is the ruler of a whole host of what's the best way to put it? Like I'm lost for words. I don't actually know how to say what I want to say. Right, let me go on, and I might circle back to that. So anyway, that's just a kind of a wee indication of what the Empress might be getting at there, and why she might be sitting in that position. The Ten of Wands there is indicating that you're maybe feeling a bit burnt out. You're maybe feeling as though you're coming to the end of your tether. It's almost like I've taken on more than what I can actually handle here, and things are just getting really overwhelming. What is interesting though in this card is that none of the candles are completely burnt out. There's still plenty of wax left. There's still plenty of kind of a energy left for those candles to go for longer. So as much as it feels like overwhelming, it feels like we can't go on. There is there definitely is some fight left in that. So that's maybe just a wee bit of advice for you. As much as it feels as though you've not got any fight left in you, and as much as it feels like you're maybe struggling to think, right, how am I going to kind of go on? Like this to me is saying to you, you can do it. As much as you might be going through something where you doubt your ability to cope with what's going on, you definitely do have the ability, and you've still got lots of fight left in you. This is a nice card to follow on from that, because we then get it's the Initiate of Fire, which is kind of like the page, but we actually get the number 11 here, so it follows on nicely from that 10 of fire. So yeah, I mean, to me, this is like feeling inspired. This is something new happening, a new idea, a new project, something kind of just like a new spark that inspires you and gives you something else to fight for. And we see the fire coming back into your life there. These 10 candles have kind of gone out. The advice for you now is that there is definitely still, you've still got some fight left in you, and then I think that you're going to see that, and that's going to come to life for you in some very real way quite soon. And yeah, that this is coming for you. It's coming up. I know that you're going through a difficult time, and I'm sorry for that. But this almost feels like it's kind of like giving you a nudge to believe in yourself. And as annoying as it sounds, just kind of keep at it. Let's see. I was just having a wee nosy down the chat there to see if you'd said anything further. I hope that was helpful. Excuse me. I'm not sure how helpful that was, but I hope that it, that something I said there rings true. So yeah, keep us check in every so often, Janine. Come back next week and just let us know how you're doing and stuff. Next week, I believe that me and Simon are live next week. Is that right, Simon? Or are you on holiday next week? Are you going to be away? Are you even still here? But yeah, check in. Let us know that you're, how you're doing and stuff. And yeah, I hope that was helpful. Beth said, picking up from what Chris said, maybe use the bat as a guide. Find some rest in these uncomfortable times. That's true. Sorry, all, I'm falling asleep. Thanks for the chat as always, says Jones. Stu's here. Hi, Stu. How are you doing? Says hi, Chris. Face red heart shape. Oh, that's sweet. How are you doing, Stu? You doing all right? Oops. Okay. The artwork on these cards is interesting. Yeah, it is. I'm a big fan. I've been using it for a while now. I love the kind of the bright colours against the black backgrounds. I think it stands out really nicely. I like the colouring and the light in these dark backgrounds, says Robin. What doesn't do us and makes us stronger? Oh, what doesn't do us in makes us stronger? I thought that third card was the happy squirrel. Yep, absolutely. Stu's doing good. Hope you are too. Yeah, I'm doing okay. Not bad at all. Just plodding along, Stu. Oh, okay. Have we come to our natural stopping point then? Does anyone else want to ask a question of the cards? Okay, oh, here we go. My YouTube chat's a wee bit quicker than my StreamYard chat right now, so I've just got to wait for it to come up so as I can highlight the comment. But Heather says, I'll be working on creating an oracle deck with my abstract art, and the black backgrounds are amazing for showcasting vibrant colours. Yeah, definitely. I've been painting with acrylics, and I've got a couple of black canvases that I want to paint with, but they're long. They're not. So I usually use 16 by 20 inch canvases, but these are I don't know, they're long. Oh, sorry, I'm hitting the microphone out of the way. They're they're kind of at a weird shape, so I would need to kind of plan what I'm going to actually paint on them. But yeah, I kind of want to paint an Art Deco type image for my mum, because she loves that type of art. My gran always loved that as well, so she did. Thanks. Relationship become toxic. Feel no coming back. Known him 30 years. Things said and done. Too much damage. We cannot see eye to eye. A lot of problem based on having son in my life. Me wanting to live in a different area. Hard to explain, but I feel I'm restricted. Changing my life and staying in his right. Okay. Oh, Janine, I'm sorry. Um, yeah, I mean the going off what the cards seem to indicate is, you're. I'm feeling that with that kind of a 10 of Wands, feeling that just that complete emotional overwhelm. The Page of Wands does indicate that there is potentially a new beginning, some sort of new kind of a spark coming that's going to that's going to make things feel a wee bit more energetic, a wee bit better. What I would say though is, like, obviously don't wait for that to just appear, and don't just take it off the cards that I've pulled. Like, pull cards from yourself, pull cards for yourself, and see what you think. Keep pulling cards for it. Like, do the actually do the stuff as well. And yeah, I do hope that a solution presents itself, because it's a horrible situation to be in. Sending much love your way. Robin says, I did that with my Toadstool tarot. The bright colours definitely pop on black backgrounds. Yeah, they do. Sending you all the best, Janine, says Diane. Heather says, I have 3 black long vertical canvases that I painted onto, Chris. The colours do jump. Yeah, that's what I've got. They're long. Well, I suppose they can be vertical or horizontal. But yeah, I was thinking about doing something on them, like, vertically. So I remember my mum and my gran used to have loads of, like, Art Deco cards, like Christmas cards and birthday cards and stuff. So if I could find one of them, then I could maybe paint something. I'm not sure if I saw your deck, Robin. I remember seeing your black line drawn cards. Is that the same? No, so Robin's that's the open face tarot. Oh God almighty, I've got it here. This one, although I do have it reversed, I've got it kind of a black backgrounds with white lines. But yeah, the open face tarot. Robin, correct me if I'm wrong. It's the open face tarot, isn't it? But the deck that Robin's talking about is another one. If someone can share Robin's Make Playing Card store, you'll see it on there. It's called the Toadstool Tarot. I think, if I remember rightly, Toadstool is another Majors Only deck, and it's toadstools, it's mushrooms. It's art that's based on that. So check it out. Yeah, the open face. Diane is confirmed. Thank you. Don't know why I was doubting myself. That's right. The black version is the ghosted edition. Yeah. Would love to have you on my channel to discuss art and our own personal art as well, Chris. Oh yeah, that would be cool. I know we keep saying we need to arrange something, and then I'm rubbish at arranging a time. But we do. We need to. We could have such a good chat as well, because you kind of not only do you have a love of tarot, but you have a love of art as well. So we would have such a good chat, Heather. So we do need to set it up. Thank you, Deanne. It's cute, like shiny mushroom dominoes. Okay, I will pull a card for the weekend, and then I will love yous and leave yous. And you might see me at some point over the weekend for some painting. You might not. I'm not sure. We'll see. Sure, Heather, that would be cool. Let's set something up. Okay. A card for everyone to take us into the weekend. Okay. Five of Wands, lots of kind of a turbulent fire energy happening. When I was shuffling, the Nine of Wands came out. It kind of flew out, and I kind of just put it away. I was shuffling open face there, and Temperance has come out as well. So lots of active fire energy happening in our lives. It's important when we do have that kind of a Five of Wands energy around us that we pay extra attention to just making sure that we're channeling our passions and our energies in a productive way. When the it doesn't take much for the Five of Wands to get to become that difficult energy, that unproductive energy, that more of like a fighting and wasting your energy rather than pulling resources and healthy challenge in order to make us grow and stuff. Balance very much does seem to be the key. Just don't be afraid to readjust things if something's not working. This could be a literal image. So in the image we see, five hands with five wands pointing. There's like a bit of a face off happening. So it might be that there's a bit of a group situation this weekend that's not quite working, and this would be indicating, don't be scared to readjust things, to move things about. Don't be scared to move the group up if that's what needs to happen. Just shuffle things about a bit until you find the best balance, how things work best. I'm talking about that as in if it's a group situation, but this could equally work if if it's in a different context. Don't be scared to change things about, just to kind of find a bit more of a balance. And things don't always have to work at first. I think a lot of the time we expect things to work first time, and we want everything to be hunky dory and just happen nicely. But that we're rarely afforded that luxury. Quite often we need to actually work at finding that balance and making things work right. And if we're not willing to put in the work, then this is when we find ourselves getting burnt out and, almost like losing our mojo. We lose our passion for the thing just because we can't be bothered with it anymore. So work with it. We need to come and go with it and just do you know what's just occurred to me? If you look at the candles on that Five of Wands, 4 of the candles are lit, but one of them isn't. One of them's gone out. So if these energies can find a way to work together, then one of those candles could quite easily be used to light that 5th candle back up again. So there is a solution there. You just need to be willing to see it. You just need to be willing to kind of move things about. Okay, move the fire about. maybe use it in a different way. Candles traditionally aren't used to start fires; they're used to light up things. But if you're willing to innovate and to use things in a different way, to kind of come at the problem from a different point of view, then you might actually find a really good solution. And it might be simpler than what you think. Okay, there we go. I will leave us there. I can't remember where I left the chat. It was when we shared Robin's playing cards. Heather says it was so much fun. I can host if you like. Yep, that would be great, Heather. We'll definitely get that arranged. Everybody stay cool. The heat is a real bugger. I've got my freezer stocked with fudgesicles. My dog has to go outside. Bye, all. Thank you, Chris. You're welcome, Beth. Thanks very much for being here. Turn your back on conflict and keep your liquids moving, says Robin. Like Kermit sipping his tea, looking out the window. Take care, Chris. Have a good weekend. You have a good weekend too, Stu. Thanks very much for popping in. And everyone else, thank you so much for being here. Thanks to the people that asked questions and let me pull cards for them. I have enjoyed it. Yeah, have an amazing weekend. Have an amazing weekend and a great next week, everyone. I believe I'll be live with Simon next week, but I'll need to check that because it's the first Thursday of the month. But I know that he was saying earlier on that he is on holiday, so we might need to move it to a different week. I'll check and we'll let you know one way or the other. But take care, everyone. Have an amazing rest of your day, and yeah, I'll see you all soon. Bye bye.